No? Maybe. Yes. No, it isn't. It is Maxine, though.
Our Ragnite supply is going to take a hit if Ipsaria falls under a Judish banner.
Well, it's not like Ipsaria is our only source of Ragnite.
That's true, but then again...
No, but if it's your biggest source of Ragnite, that's a big problem.
What's happening in Ipsaria?
Ah, so that's why you turned up there. I didn't think you were there on orders. At least I'm not sure. So this is for before the battle.
Jutland. Excuse me. Where is that Ragnite going?
I've heard it's headed to Jutland. Who are you, by the way? Looking for work in the mines?
No.
If you're interested, I can put in a good word for you. They don't call it the lands of plenty for nothing. Why, it's thanks to Jutland that Ipsaria is back on its feet.
Thank you for your time.
Again, why? I'm just wondering why he's with the Empire. Kind of curious. So what else have we got? One more, I think. So this is obviously a video of just complete nothing happening. Action-wise, at least. So which one would be first? The world powers.
That Jutish envoy's speech to Ipsaria was an outrage. I know a challenge to the superpower's authority when I hear one.
It wasn't just me, then? If we do not make a move soon, they may come for one of our territories next.
And yet our Ruzi representative has yet to show his face.
So it seems, even after calling us here in the small hours.
Oh, you know, he
He
wants to
told us
make a
to meet
grandiose
at once,
entrance.
I can't help but wonder if the Emperor intends to sleep through this catastrophe.
As if on cue.
Your Majesty.
Thank you for waiting.
We understand you're a busy man. I trust you've heard about Jutland's speech and...
Of course, we have heard.
They may as well have declared war against all of Europa. This embargo was initially your Majesty's idea, was it not? You said Jutland was not worth any military expenditures because they'd give up and fall in line after just 1 year. But the result? Like a beast at bay, Jutland bore its fangs.
Franken society calls it the trading band's just desserts. Ipsaria is the price of having one's cake and eating it too.
This is the very reason Preutzen stayed out of the blockade.
Even so, you can hardly pretend this isn't your problem too.
Precisely. Your nation doesn't want to make enemies of us.
What was that?
Gentlemen, this is no time to be quibbling over trifles. At any rate, I think we all wish to hear from your Majesty. I shan't mince words. How could you underestimate Jutland?
Oh, he hasn't.
I could ask the same of you.
I won't deny it. Regardless, had we shown discretion after the Mulder incident, the outcome today may have been different, don't you agree?
How rude. This war is already proceeding according to our design.
And what would that be exactly?
Easy, let us win a
We
few.
needed a reason to strike Jutland when they did not bend to economic pressure.
Are you claiming this sordid affair is all of your devising?
Yes.
No matter what Jutland says, the fact that they attacked us justifies our invasion. We will show them what happens when a small nation dares to defy an empire.
But winter fast approaches. Are you ready and able to fight?
The battlefront is further south. Weather conditions will be much milder, with barely any snow to hinder us. Our only concern is keeping the supply chain uninterrupted. But we have more than enough troops positioned to defend it. As the war drags on, the Jutes will tire. When they do, we use the opportunity to fortify our strength.
Leave everything to us.
Oh, it's nice they kept the theme of every single superpower are just dicks in this world. Just like Valkyria Chronicles. And Hans' family. Ah.
Captain Gronkair.
Hey, Hans. You're gonna die, aren't you?
I brought my mother and grandmother.
You're gonna die.
Gran wants to thank you personally.
You're gonna die.
For what?
For Ipsaria, dear. Thank you ever so much. My little sister sends her gratitude too, I'm sure.
Oh, my aunt married into an Ipsarian family, so
I see.
we're so grateful to you for liberating them. We've heard the living conditions there were getting worse and worse.
Well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows over here either. But it feels like they've had it even rougher than us.
It's thanks to Vannergan Jutland won these battles, Mom.
Oh yes, quite right. We're oh so very thankful to you all.
That's yours, Captain?
Yeah, you know it is.
And you take care of it yourself?
Of course.
Of course.
No one lets someone else look after their weapon. That's silly. Really, really silly.
Hans's mom, huh?
She wanted to thank us for liberating Ipsaria.
Yeah, we heard. They must have been really happy, what with how much they were bowing to you. We're not fighting to be thanked, but it does feel pretty good. What do you think, Captain?
That's nice.
It's appreciated, but I wish they wouldn't.
Yeah, you know, it's our job to go out and kill people. It's kind of you don't really want to be glorified for doing that in a sense. Kinda, no, kind of don't want that. So is that it? Oh yeah, we got it. There we go. Resume the story.
Then allow me to continue. The two victories transformed the mood in Jutland.
Well, of course it would.
At the time, the people hailed Ophelia as the goddess of victory, or Jutland's savior. The morale of the people is important in war, and I hear her presence was a powerful unifying force to that end.
To see the truth behind the war, we must understand what Ophelia felt, how she changed outside her role as princess.
But, Professor, she never wrote a memoir or left records that discussed anything of the sort.
Ah, but she told someone.
The only one who knew was my great-great-grandmother. Still, Ophelia tried very hard to reciprocate her people's expectations at the start of the war.
Who is your great-great-grandmother? She's going to be one of... Either she's her lady-in-waiting, or it's going to be one of the members of the squad. November 1853 EC. Ellesmere Palace Plaza.
My beloved people, from the bottom of my heart, I feel that Jutland is undergoing a momentous awakening even now.
Do you know?
As you all know, I stand at the front lines of battle.
You've said that before.
Many have claimed I ought to put politics before principles. Even my king father wished for me to stay my hand.
Well, he is your dad.
I, however, cast off such aspersions to swear by the sword. This blade will not be sheathed. My hand shall never stay until I have cut down the source of our kingdom's suffering.
Well, that's going to take a while. You are talking about an actual giant empire with probably like limitless amount of manpower.
The fight has only just begun. Everyone, I ask only that you believe in me as I do you. Let me be the light to shine through our country's night.
Long live Jutland!
Long live the princess!
Long live Ophelia!
I mean, she's good for propaganda. Definitely. Keep the public on our side. You know, she's doing a damn good job of that.
Times like this, you gotta think Fifi's blood really is blue.
The environment does shape who we are.
The royal family certainly has a unique way of seeing and thinking about the world.
Well, yeah, because they have a...
She stays center stage. It's curtains for our crew.
How do you mean?
If anything were to happen to Princess Ophelia, the entire country, from cowherd to king, would be out for our blood.
He has a point there.
The anti-Valkyria squad's fate now hinges on Her Highness.
He's fine.
That reminds me, I heard an interesting rumor. Seems people think the princess has a special power. That is the reason we're able to win against Ruse.
She does have red eyes.
I hear they've been calling our unit the Princess Platoon. Were you aware of that, Captain?
Whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Ow! Don't be saying petty crap like that. I agree.
At first, I could tell she was just speaking from the soul. But by the end, her head truly caught up with her heart.
Yes. Well, the princess is always keen on showing her empathy for the people of Jutland.
Why hold your applause now? 'Tis the war you've waited for.
And why did you applaud? You were against the war, were you not?
That ship has sailed. Now I must with utmost haste rebuild the bridges these battles have burnt. And so I clap for the princess's passion, even as I weep inwardly to see Her Highness bearing arms.
It seems His Majesty has accepted it.
Royalty does as royalty wills. Far be it from servants such as we to question the wishes of the crown. But mark my words, I shall employ every last ounce of my parliamentary prowess to put an end to this war.
Chapter 2, The Reaper's Song. Okay, so we're going to get the Valkyria. And let's not pretend, we all know it's the Valkyria. So, you know, there's no going to be no surprise that it's the Valkyria. There's no surprise that it's going to be an amazing weapon she holds and kicking at all our asses. The Traitor's Hideout. Boulder.
We'll advance our pieces further. As the winter goes on, the Empire will be able to mobilize less and less. Let's proceed heading north at once. Our target is the Imperial colony of Avaloon. We'll destroy the sectors of their Ragnite industry.
Let me get this straight. We cut off their Ragnite supply, then hit their weapon stockpiles.
Okay.
Correct. Avaloon presently functions as the Empire's armory. The majority of the citizens work in the industrial zone. After the country was made into a colony, Claudius built an infrastructure to give the people work and a place to live.
Giving the Emperor a pretty high approval rating, I hear.
But it's all a lie, isn't it? He completely cuts them off from the outside world and makes it sound like a utopia. There's no personality. Everything's been standardized. They've forgotten how to think for themselves. I've gone there several times for work, and to be blunt, the people all seem dead inside.
That'll change once Jutland wins. We're going to liberate them.
What confidence. Still, that's you to a T.
Has our boy Saul ever been sheepish?
Oh, I remember. At the orphanage, toward Miss Maria.
That's quite enough.
Oh, someone's embarrassed.
Not at all.
Yeah, he
Aren't
is.
you being sheepish right now?
Yeah, he is.
Hey, get a room, you two.
Yikes.
By the way, lady, he's engaged with
You've been
someone
quiet
else.
this whole time.
Wondering when the Valkyria will show up.
That is a concern. The Empire hasn't deployed it yet.
Guess Jutland means that little to the Rux.
Oh,
They can beat us
going
without
to.
playing the ace up their sleeve.
The Empire must know about the anti-Valkyria squad. Maybe they're just being cautious.
If I were the Emperor, I wouldn't hesitate to use it.
Yeah, he's going
Once
to.
winter comes, their military muscle will be useless. But the snow won't stop the Valkyria.
Amlet, if it appears, will you be able to bring it down this time?
Yes, it's why we created this weapon, created the squad.
Very well. Let's begin then. To prepare for our operation on Avaloon, we must first gather recent intel on the area.
So my turn then.
Yes. Please contact your informant.
Got it. But right now he's commanding the troops at the Tamir Road blockade. As it is, I don't know when he'll return to the Empire.
For an Imperial officer and a married man, that boy toy of yours sure won the mistress lottery. Why not pay him a little visit on the job, Vi? Be all like, "Oh my darling, I couldn't wait to see you," or something.
I am not that kind of woman. That goes for both me and my other persona.
Then we'll have to drive him back.
Let's try it. Tamir Road is one of the main paths that connect the Empire to Ipsiria, but that blockade overextends the battlefront. They should withdraw if we inflict a sufficient amount of damage.
And if they stick around, they'll be surrounded and sieged.
That location has no value that's worth losing your lives over, unless the commander is exceptionally incompetent.
That won't be a problem. He's pretty amazing.
Oh, really? Well, he won't stand a chance against Am. You got this. Kick his ass as hard as you can without actually killing him.
Got it. We'll go to Tamir Road. I'll tell the others it's a scouting operation.
I'll hide in the Imperial capital and wait for my informant to return.
Be careful, Violet. Now that we're in a state of war, the importance of intel on Imperial territory will increase.
Yep, and the
By
ability
same
to get it
token, we'll be
will.
on alert, and security will be tighter than before. Plan
That.
accordingly beforehand. This is a crucial moment going forward. Our collaboration and exchange of intel must remain a secret more than ever.
Guess I better get to work too.
Another anonymous flyer?
No, a letter this time. To the editor, stating that liberation is coming.
So, are we about to get the Valkyria turning up and ruining our day? Probably. Castle Plaza! Eiselberg Castle.
Ophelia met with her former instructor, whom she highly respected. My great-great-grandmother, Charlotte Loudrup.
Ah, that's
There, Charlotte spoke about an incident that had occurred during Amlet's orphanage days.
This is the only lead we found.
Right.
The orphanage that burned to the ground.
So that's what happened to the captain before he was adopted. And yet, there's no record of it.
Perhaps there is more to this mystery.
There
Well,
may
yes.
be. Let's look into it.
You sure about that?
But I thought there were no records.
None that are public.